Alright. I think everything is working just fine. There is a pinned message. Please check that out first. I mean, well, I'll have to say it out loud too. Well, hold on. Alright, so here's the plan, okay? So I have been kinda, well, forgetting that like there are more chapters to Crown and chapters for Caleb. So I'll go through the rest of it today. You know, just chapter 4, 5, and 6, and basically just finish the whole thing. I'm not quite sure how long would this stream be because I may have some other thoughts at the end about like this whole AU because I feel like it's really messy. Either way, first of all, let me just put out disclaimer out there, okay, just in case you haven't seen the pinned messages yet. First off, there is incest in this whole AU for Caleb and MC. Like, there is a debate whether this is like blood incest or whether this is like some cosmic same source kind of stuff. But either way, they call each other brother and sister. Okay, if you're uncomfortable with this kind of stuff, please protect your peace. Okay, I don't want you to feel bad watching this, listening to this, or anything. Okay, don't expose yourself to things that you do not like or you get triggered by. I think it's valid that people are uncomfortable with this because it's not like palatable to everyone. So there is that. Please protect your peace. I do not want you to get upset, okay? And okay, here's my personal viewpoint when it comes to like incest in fiction. Okay, I do not really seek for it per se, but I would say if it makes sense in the story for them to be siblings or stuff and fall in love and stuff, I would be like, yeah, you know what, it's a piece of fiction, whatever. You do you, as long as it makes sense in the story, right? But the thing is, I feel like for this whole AU, it's not doing anything like meaningful or like implementing it, like implementing this taboo trope into the story properly. So it's gonna lead to another disclaimer of mine, that is, if you like this AU, genuinely happy for you. Okay, I'm not being sarcastic here, genuinely happy for you, but I recommend you not watching me talk about it because there is like a 99% chance that I am gonna be talking shit about this whole AU and the characters because I find them really just not well written. Let me put it mildly for now because I'm gonna be mean at times, okay? And I'm not gonna mince my words and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. So I'm gonna be really unpleasant if you like this AU, alright? It's not gonna feel good when you watch someone bash at things that you like. So if you like this AU, do not watch this. I am giving you a warning here, okay? If there are things that I like just happen to like about like stuff that happened in the event story, I would be honest with it, okay? I would say outright like, okay, yeah, I think this part is good. I'm not gonna, I mean, I have my prejudice, alright? So most of the things that happen will probably irritate me to death. But if there are things that I like in chapter 3, like, I think the later half of chapter 3, I kinda like, and I said it, that I liked it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you don't like anything at all. I'm not gonna be lying about it, okay? I'm gonna be honest about it. But yes, most of the time I would be really unpleasant. So, yep, protect your peace, please. Yeah, I have it pinned. I have the warnings and stuff pinned, so I should be fine to go. Hopefully. Okay, I think that's all. I think I covered all my bases, I think. Yeah, don't watch it if you're gonna get upset about it. It's valid to feel upset, right? You're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine. So there is that. Also, hi Hero, welcome to the last 3 chapters of Caleb's Throne of Eros, Crown and chapters that may or may not break me in a bad way. Alright, let's go. Okay, let's go. Chapter 4. If it's too loud or too quiet or anything, just tell me, okay? After losing the bet to Caleb, I'm soon greeted by the day when we'll have dinner together. However, I didn't expect him to dress me up as a lady-in-waiting before we left the palace. Okay. You dressed her up as the lady-in-waiting, and you're still wearing your full, like high marshal uniform. Okay, dude, okay. What made you decide to carry out this secret outing?
In the palace, it's nothing but official business or societal obligations. And after a while, it's easy to grow tired of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And Your Majesty, don't forget I'm from the Federation. I haven't gotten the chance to explore the Empire.
You're talking as if you were born and raised there, which would make sense to the you're my natural born enemy type shit. But also, no, you were her blood brother. You were raised together. You know you know this place. What the fuck do you mean? Oh god, dude. Even though Caleb says those words, he orders a table's worth of Empire's signature dishes once we sit down at the restaurant.
Try some.
Yeah. He picks a chicken wing covered in green sauce for me. Its skin is crispy, the sauce is fragrant, and juices burst from the tender meat. This authentic imperial cuisine.
I lied to you earlier. If I don't have business to attend to, I explore the Empire sometimes.
Yeah. You were born and raised here, dude! Alright, I mean, I guess exploring the outside the palace is a whole different thing. God, I sound really uninterested right now. I'm so sick of these characters. Please, I heard good things about the later chapters. Please redeem yourself. I can't do this. I assumed that was the case.
I told the restaurant's owner I wasn't a local, so he recommended a multitude of signature dishes. I even tried the chilled bitter petal salad.
That sounds good. Okay. I'm surprised to hear this. That's their specialty, but it's too bitter. You actually ate it? So wait, hold up. So Empress MC knows about these meals. How come you don't get... Okay, the thing is, it would make sense if he was born and raised in the Federation, like I said, right? But it's not. I don't know. I don't know what were they doing in the writing room because I feel like everything is conflicted. Hold up, maybe they will explain it, and I'm just bitching. Okay.
I did.
I'm certain you drank at least 3 large bottles of water.
It's a shame you weren't there. I would have asked you to partake in my suffering.
Yeah, I'm suffering enough through this event, Caleb. Let's not do that. He's jesting, but the truth is, ever since we were children, he has never let me truly suffer from life's bitterness. What life bitterness? Can we explore more about those? Because you guys have so little character build-up in this AU that is irritating. Because anytime you guys were yeah, the suffering, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You guys were literally rich teen fucking around with Empire's resources and absolutely just causing problems on your own. Jesus. I like this music. You know what? I'm gonna calm down. After dinner, we walk through the streets. The lights stay on as they shine over the path we take. The atmosphere is lively and carefree.
And then she drove away the vicious interstellar pirates and protected the kind Imperial citizens.
Really? Did she now?
Everyone lived happily ever after.
Yeah, good for you. Why is there just one kid cheering there? The puppeteer only had one audience. Hold up, wait, I'm hearing notification from stuff. Please, let me mute it. Mute. Right. I muted you, please. The cheering gradually fades behind us as we walk away. Suddenly, the wind picks up and a piece of paper soars in the air. Yeah, your paper. I can grab it for you, I guess. An unseen force controls the fluttering document. It falls into Caleb's hands. I'm still kinda... Okay, so you guys were both supposed to be kinda wearing something different, right? Why are you wearing your full get up for like high martial then? Aren't you guys supposed to be like anonymous here or what? Jesus Christmas. Alright. Hold up. Let me check chat a bit because I think I saw first time chat. Welcome Rahela Waters. I think this is one of the lines that's supposed to parallel the main timeline, because in the main timeline he really did his damnedest to protect her, but only sometimes succeed. The life bitterness line. Right. The thing is, I understand when they try to do like parallels and like hints and like, you know, little callbacks to like their other cards, the OG timeline, or like even the myth and stuff. I kind of get that, but at the same time, because there is like not really much build up for this particular AU, and let's say the characters are pretty different from like the OG timeline, I feel like that's why it's not really working for me, because these are essentially like them but in different life. So without like proper build up, it's just like, how are you talking about? And also like callbacks and hints and cameo stuff, it's kind of just doing like it can only do so much in the grand scheme of things if like the whole like main structure of the story is not working. Personally, for me, alright, this is my personal opinion. Hi, I'm a Caleb and Raphael girly who also isn't a huge fan of this AU. Yeah, that would make two of us. I mean, it's totally fine. I mean, I already have it pinned somewhere up there, but like, it's totally fine. I'm okay. I'm happy if people like this AU. Personally, it's not really working for me. It's like so many stuff going on that is like nothing burgers. Meanwhile, Salazar's one is fully similar to his myth. Really? Wait, you can tell me about that early. You can tell me about this later, because like actually my friend told me about like his card quite a bit, but like not in super detailed manner, and they also didn't compare it to his myth. So okay, let me go back to this a bit and then I'll read chat again, okay? An unseen force controls the fluttering document. It falls into Caleb's hands. It unfolds to reveal childish brushstrokes that outline bustling streets, and everyone smiles.
Sometimes what children see is the actual reality.
You and your vague talking, Caleb. Okay, what now? A warm feeling blooms in my heart as I look at Caleb. Countless lights illuminate his eyes. Caleb.
Yes.
This is why I want power. Beneath the sky curtain's illusory veil, I want to protect what's real, and I need more power to help me do that. I direct my steadfast gaze at him. The implications are clear.
Are you saying this is the Empress? Or is you?
Which one would you say yes to? Caleb doesn't provide a direct answer. And instead, the line just left me. This bug needs to be fixed. It's been present for like the last 3 banners or something, and it's pissing me off. Please stop! I haven't touched the screen. Why would you leave? Okay. Caleb doesn't provide a direct answer. Instead, he takes my hand and gives me the drawing.
You should return it.
Yeah, of course.
Make this drawing come to life just as you've always done. I'm gonna talk about this later because I need to get the context. And it left me again! What the I'm so pissed. Please. I give the paper to the girl. She smiles, expresses her thanks, and then runs off to throw herself into her parents' arms. Thank you, Caleb. I look at him, but he shakes his head. People don't care about who wields authority. Rather, they're interested in whether or not a leader can bring them happiness.
Scratch my plan. I'm gonna talk about it now. I'm not gonna wait until the chapter ends. Okay, so she was like, okay, there is a whole thing that I have a problem with these characters, alright? Because they were like, I need more power! Like, they're Virgil from Devil May Cry or something, but they also like,
don't really explore into why they want power. They be just like, I am greedy and I want more power. And also I have petty beef with this guy that I also fuck, and he's also my blood brother. And they just be doing shit. And we don't really have like enough build-ups or like enough reasons to be cheering for them or to care why they're like this. So that's like my main gripe with these characters. Like, who are these people? Why do I have to care about them? There is no reason to. And then now in the event chapter, they be like, I need power to protect my people. Your decisions so far in the card and in the event, do you think that screams like, I'm gonna protect my people and make this empire prosper so everyone is happy? I don't think so, girl. Mate, you genuinely are not convincing me right now. That's like, okay, here's another thing with like this whole AU. It's always just tell on show. They would be saying shit to you, telling you, oh, this is how the characters are, this is how the characters are feeling. And then their actions would be just like not really reflecting any of that at all. Which is like head scratching for me. Like, okay, like what? And also, Caleb, you decided you weren't born and raised in the Federation. I'm saying this for the third time this stream, but you weren't born and raised there. You decided to go to the Federation. Alright, and you guys also didn't hash any plans before you go. So now it's kind of like, yeah, you know what, I'm happy that you want to be a good empress and protect your people, but I'm gonna be on the other side and kind of be like the biggest obstacle and probably just destroy a bunch of your like spaceships and whatnot. It's like, guys, can you guys stop toying with like Empire's resources and Federation's resources and just sit down, talk, and hash out the plans? Please, you guys are adults. Oh god. Hold on, let me reach out a bit, then I'll come back to this guy. Meanwhile, so this is okay. The closest I've ever gotten to liking a space opera is Treasure Planet. you know what? That's a good one, actually. Xavier's one is interesting because it's like a continuation of his current myth. Huh, really? Happily yeah about it to you later. Sure. Tell me in Discord, okay? Caleb just casually killed a bunch of MC's dudes and is treated as part of this simultaneously enemies and lovers. Right? I was like, you guys cannot just be willy-nilly be like, yeah, I'm gonna protect my people, this is for your own good, and then just be destroying each other's like properties and stuff. I understand like if it's kind of enemies to lovers type deal, but at the same time these two are also like constantly fucking, and also they are trying to convince us that they have been in love. So like, what do you want? You can't just take 2 pies and have them all, okay? Please, just fucking do something that makes sense. Out. I'm sorry if I'm loud. If I'm too loud, please tell me. I'll try to downplay my yelling a bit. Okay, sorry. Okay. People don't care about who wields authority. Yes, I wish you guys get dethroned. I can't deal with you guys. You guys are the most bullshitster of a ruler I've ever seen. This is not happening. Yeah, the leader can bring them happiness. Are you guys bringing them happiness though? Reflect, look in the mirror and tell me the truth, huh?
What I can promise is whoever has dominion will get what they want.
And he always just talk about the biggest shit and just not hash out plans. Can we not do this? Yes, like, of course, whoever is the ruler is gonna do the job. Are you guys doing the job?
Do you still wish to thank me?
No, that's MC. I'm not thanking you for anything in this fucking AU. Jesus Christ. He looks at me, the amusement in his eyes tinged with fleeting distance. Yeah, be distant, bro. I'm about to marry you off into like somewhere else. Hold hands. Fine. That subtle separation is captured by my outstretched hand. It's transformed into surprise and brightness. This is enough, Caleb. It is not enough! Have some standard, please! I'm sweating. I do! Okay. Ruler who grants aspirations? Probably. Okay. The thing is, like, I would be okay if they have more of this kind of moment and actually explore them instead of just like tell on show, drop like the hint there, and they never talk about it again. Because now it's kind of just laid there flat and dead. Please. Oh god. And wait, I kind of forgot to say this, but like, if you don't know, I am a Caleb main. I'm a solo Caleb main. So I am supposed to really, really like this guy, okay? Like, I usually glaze him like crazy. But it's this AU that is like, pissing me off. What are you guys' problems? Oh god, the writing is pissing me off. Okay, chapter 5. Oh no, we are back to the fucking high school Christmas show again. Okay, please don't be cringe again. Okay, come on. Dawn has yet to greet the world. Outside the hunting lodge, mist permeates the damp, cold air. Red moonlight creates an ominous atmosphere for the scene. As everyone watches, the performance between me and Caleb reaches its climax.
Having foreseen her lover's inevitable death, the goddess has arrived to stop it. Alas, it will be her last futile attempt.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about this later, but tomorrow's Cash 22 outfit is pissing me off again. You would rather love that treacherous, unpredictable forest? I offered my everything to you.
Your love will devour me until not even a shadow remains. I refuse to accept that fate.
His tone should have been resolute and cold, yet I can hear the boiling emotions he's trying to suppress. Is that your footstep? Why? The footstep sound effect is funny. Why is it like loud stomping? Oh! I touch his chest. Yes, it's out. Touch it. Whatever. I'm not interested in vague responses. I only want one answer from you. Do you love me? He stares at me, and his heartbeat that's under my palm feels real and hot. Yet before I kiss him, he turns away.
I cannot kiss you. I'd rather face the beast's fangs head on. Even if I must welcome death, it shall be done as myself.
The hunter grabs his spear, his determination unwavering. The goddess realizes that in the debate between freedom and love, she has been defeated. She decides to set him free.
Caleb turns his back, and his figure disappears into the shadows. The lights go out. In the silent darkness, a beast's roars happen, and the light left me. A beast's roars prophetically resound. The lights return, and fangs have actually pierced Caleb's chest. Warm blood covers my hands. I'm momentarily stunned.
The goddess arrives only to find her lover's cold corpse. Her love and her power are meaningless in the face of death. Sweet honey transforms into a fiery poison. A gift of abundance turns into an eternal curse. Her curse is cast with a kiss. In this world, love shall forever be accompanied by loss.
With love and hatred tinged in desperation, I lower my head to kiss those cold lips. Now your kiss belongs to me. This is really high school, like, stage show production. Okay, let me talk about that a bit. That guy is kind of dumb. Oh god. I mean, yes, love and freedom and shit. But the thing is, the goddess was like, kind of like waiting for his consent, and he was like, you know what, I'll go out and die. So, I mean, well, what can she do? You know. And also, I'm not quite sure if they're trying to parallel the martial and like the hunter, or if this is a hint to like Caleb's next myth and stuff. If it's like a hint to his next myth, I would say let's maybe don't do it this way, man. This is cheap. But also, tomorrow's Castaway 2 outfit. Can we not use it here? Do you think this is like fitting for this scene? I know that you have to reuse like old like outfit, pre-existing outfit for like scenes like these, right? Because they're not gonna make a whole new thing for it. But tomorrow's Castaway 2 outfit? Are you serious? Oh god, oh god. And this is my personal gripe with like this outfit, okay? This outfit only works if Caleb has a wolf cut on, because the silhouette looks kind of fuller there. But with this short hair on, it just looks really awkward. I don't like it. And also, you guys are really on a stage show that is like high school production type shit. I can't fucking believe it. The narrator was like so dead inside, bro. You can't be real. This is so weird. Ah! Hold on. Face of death. And also, I feel like this is also another thing that I kind of feel with this card. Oh no, not this card. This whole AU and like the whole like stage play thingy. Most of the times, it's like a bunch of pretty words kind of strung together and like a bunch of buzzwords, right? Like, yes, you can talk about shit like this and be like, yes, this is so deep. And at the same time, it's like a bunch of nothing burger. So, what are we doing? I understand the theme of Caleb being like, yeah, I'll choose freedom. And there is a scene in the card where he was like, yeah, instead of being your secret lover, I want to be someone that is like on the same kind of had the same kind of position-ish as you, so that like there are things that I can give you instead of me just being like a boy toy, basically, right? And I kind of get that aspect. I'm not gonna talk about it too deep, but like I kind of get that aspect, but at the same time, it's not really explored. Maybe they'll explore it here in the next chapter. There are so many things that you guys need to explore, because like there are just a bunch of like things that is like, this is deep, throw the idea out there, never touch it again. And like, so what's the point? You know what? Okay, the performance ends and the curtain falls. We are separated from the thunderous applause. Behind the curtain, Caleb and I look at each other in silence until his warm fingers probably touched the screen, because why did the line lift again? Okay, until his warm fingers touch the corner of my eye. I come to my senses.
It's been a long time since I've seen you cry.
The moisture on my cheeks disappears under his gentle touch, but I turn my head and move away from his fingers. I compose myself. With a gentle smile, I raise my head. Maybe there were tears of joy. After all, I almost lost a formidable opponent.
You are more than welcome to try again. But I don't want to have any regrets before I die.
Excuse me? You don't want any regret? Huh? Oh god, I have so many fucking regrets. He pulls my waist closer, and a kiss consumed in burning passion descends. It's brief, yet when Art gazes me, the emotions in his eyes seemingly last a long time. Our intertwined breaths separate. For a moment, I can't even tell whose heart is racing. I push him away and take several steps back. Caleb, the play has ended. Getting lost in your role isn't a good thing. What losing yourself?
I've always known the difference between a play and reality.
We would like to invite our esteemed Empress.
I hate this whole stage show aspect. Oh god! A voice from off stage reaches our ears. We're pulled back into the present. But Caleb takes my hand.
It's time for our curtain call.
Okay.
Come.
Yeah, let's go.
Until the curtain falls, at least we'll walk together toward the end.
yeah, let's end this. I'm so done with you guys. The thing is, he was like, yeah, I don't want regrets and shit. And I was like, then stop beating around the bush. Then you guys have been doing this shit throughout the whole thing. And then, like, in the car too, that you guys just don't talk it out at all. And then be like just doing shit on your own for no good reasons. Because on one hand, you guys were like, yeah, we love each other. There's love there. And on the other hand, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna try to kill this dude again. Like, can you pick your poison? Or like, if you're gonna show that like these two are kind of conflicted within themselves, can you explore more on that and like show, don't tell? Because usually it's just like a brief mention of it and it's gone and it's not really touched upon at all. And like, do you want me to believe that this is like what's going on with them? Like, until the curtain falls, at least we'll walk together toward the end. And also, like, these two have been making out and fucking throughout the whole thing. You guys are acting like, sometimes it kind of confuses me because these two are acting as if like they are like having so much restraint to be with each other. Like, oh, I can't be with you. Oh, no, I can't touch you. And then the next moment they would be making out. So I'm like, what, restraint? What's that? So pick your poison, bro. It doesn't make sense. Okay, let me check chat a bit. I saw a take on Blue Sky that said being an empress suited MC's personality better and that she was less likable as a modern working woman. There's just negative communication. No, here's the thing. I think MC as an empress can work, right? Like as an idea, I think it is something. It's kind of interesting. I think it can work. But this MC is like, is the writing that is like kind of baffling me because all her decisions are like super like either they are like just petty beef or like just the blandest generic political responses that like surely you know that will not work. Someone is gonna intercept that, right? And then she was like, yeah, this is gonna work. She pushed it through and then she got surprised that it got intercepted. And I was like, aren't you supposed to be smart? Because there is nowhere in here that they were like, oh no, this empress is like still super young and not fitted for the role. There's this one thing in like Royal Walk where Caleb was like, oh yeah, people were saying you rule with iron fist, and I was like, where? Where? You're just pulling that out of your butt. No, seriously. Jaime and Cersei. You mean the Game of Thrones character are not supposed to be role models for sympathetic characters. Here's the thing. I am okay with unlikable, like quote-unquote unlikable characters, right? Or character with flaws, or like evil characters. I'm okay with them. The thing is, the writing must be good to make me interested. And it has to make sense why they're like that. Even for people who are like just, for characters who are just like pure evil, there is something that makes sense why they're pure evil, right? Or like there is something that makes them intriguing. But these two, they're just kind of just back and forth and like teenagers having beef. So, guys, all right, yeah, give me the last chapter. Tell me it's gonna be good, please. Also, journey to the end together. For your majesty, the stars will witness your glory and coronation. Your chosen dance partner await. Your chosen dance partner awaits. He's here to witness your coronation and taste your strength. For both of you at the negotiation table, the nature of this power struggle has never changed. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Also, okay, there's one thing that I want to talk about here. Because there were people who talk about how this MC and Caleb are like the evil version of themselves, so they're not supposed to be likable and stuff. They're not even evil enough. They're just doing like doofus stuff. That doesn't make sense. I'm okay if they're like just straight up evil shit. Cold-blooded rulers and stuff. But they're not. So, can you... Okay, and there's a thing where in the Kindle part of the card, Caleb was like, oh, you what did he say? I can't remember the exact word, but he was like, yeah, you are like Betty with conscience. Okay, this is a bad wording, alright? This is stupid wording. But kind of like that. Like, she still has conscience to like be kind of care about him even in that situation in the Kindle. So I do not think they're going for the like they're super evil shit here. Like there is no single good thing about them, right? The thing is they're just really bad at showing it because like where am I supposed to empathize and sympathize with these characters because I'm feeling nothing right now but irritation. Anyway, let's do the last chapter. The play concludes. Afterward, I'm so busy that I barely have a moment to breathe, and I haven't seen Caleb since. On the day of the coronation ceremony, I find myself wanting to see him. Yeah? Come on. When I find Caleb, he's reading. He doesn't appear to be surprised when he sees me.
Your Majesty has been busy with the preparations for the coronation. No one could find you even if they tried. I'm curious. Why are you visiting me on the day you wear the crown?
No one could find you even if they tried. Really, they're not trying hard enough then.
Are you anxious?
Choices. You know what? I'll come back to pick another one. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the first one first. A little. After a moment of hesitation passes, I decided to be more honest. And the line decided to leave me again. Why would you do that? God. He takes my hand and reveals a gentle smile.
No wonder your hands are cold. Anyone who didn't know better might think your Majesty's royal robes weren't warm enough.
Caleb! The unease in my heart disappears, but I don't want to show the change he caused. I'm here to visit you, and all I get is a joke or two?
I know. I shouldn't have done that.
The model just jerked.
It's not too late to prepare an announcement. During your coronation, the Imperial citizens will learn that the Empire belongs to the Federation.
Do I even care at this point? Just merge. I do not care.
Since you refuse to do it, you can let me handle this task.
I scoff. I take back my hand. And the line left me again. They need to stop doing this. I scoff, take back my hand, and hit the book he's holding. The High Marshal should focus on reading. We'll have plenty of time in the future. Yeah, plenty of time. The AU is ending. I'm not coming back, bro. At last, the coronation ceremony begins. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, I stand on the steps covered in red carpet. The magnificent yet heavy crown is placed upon my head. I swear to defend the Empire's territory and glory until I breathe my last. Now you're lying! Well, you either are lying or you're not doing your best with that because ooh baby. The weight of the crown presses down on every word I speak. My gaze meets Caleb's from across the room. This is the fourth time it has happened since the coronation ceremony began. You've been watching me all along. I'm gonna be a negative Nancy here, but like, you're the person getting coronated today, so everyone's eyes kinda on you, girl. I mean, where are they looking at? Where do you think they can look at now? Like, the priest? As if he can hear my thoughts, he makes eye contact with me whenever I look in his direction. Then keep looking. I know you'll always be by my side. The role you'll play doesn't matter. Really? Really now? Oh god, there is this. I'm gonna talk about this later. But I'm gonna keep that thought to like the afterthoughts because it's gonna tie with like the whole complaint that I have about this AU, and it's. The coronation ceremony ends and the celebration begins in the magnificent banquet hall. Yes, it's the banquet hall we use in every time there is any kind of party at all, whether it's in the Far Space Fleet or here. But okay, I mean, they're gonna reuse resources. I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining at this point. Amidst the music, Caleb and I stand at the center of... Whoa, hold up. Amidst the music, Caleb and I stand at the center to begin the first dance.
Are you happy?
I'm not happy with that marks, Caleb. That adds more irritation points, but okay. Are you happy? Not really happy. This is the last chapter, and you guys are not really doing a good job at changing my mind that this AU is redeemable. God. It shouldn't be a surprise. He chuckles softly, and a cool sensation travels from our hands to settle down my wrist. I look down to find a bracelet that's brilliantly sparkling. This is for me?
Yes. It's carved and polished from silvery titanium crystals. You said you wanted it before.
My thoughts returned to that evening's banquet. The statement was nothing more than a test. Caleb, can you give me anything I want?
Is my answer important?
Well, consent, yeah?
You're a real empress now. You can have anything you desire.
And you're lying, Jesus. If it's really that way, it would have been much easier, bro. I'm about to speak, but I'm guided into doing a spin. Then I settle back into his embrace. But even with her boundless divine power, the goddess still couldn't win the hunter's heart. Our steps move in sync, always close. They advance and retreat.
You aren't a goddess blinded by desire. And I'm not a hunter who's powerless against his fate. We'll have a better ending. And it will be our own ending.
Better ending? Are you sure? Because, like, the ending in the card. Because of everything that happened, I would say that it didn't really feel like a happy ending per se, bro. It felt like bleak, okay? Because you guys were... Okay, so here's the thing. I felt like these two, especially in the card, don't really love each other. Yeah, that's my thought. So, it's just like physical. Whenever they meet each other, it's just making out or sex. So, like, happy ending, better ending. I would say there's not a better ending, bro, but you say whatever you want to say, okay? And also, like, about the goddess and the hunter. If it's gonna be a parallel to these two, the hunter seemed to be having some restraint, right? Because he knows it's gonna end in tragedy. Do you guys have restraint? I don't think so. So it's correct that these two are not the hunters and the goddess. So why would you bring it up then? Why would you do that play? Good God! Like, is a play just because, like, dude was like, I mean, not the, I mean, she and him and the storyline be like, yeah, so we have this example of, like, another tragic couple that has nothing to do with this god or, like, this AU or anything. Just very, very, very vague, like, oh yeah, because she's someone in power and yeah, she's like, it's not gonna end badly. So we are slapping it in there. He's not really doing anything. Okay. Yeah, what? As his words fall, the song concludes. The applause continues for a long time. Caleb's gaze...
Before any title or role, you'll always be yourself in my heart.
The fucking line left me. How many times has it been... Guys, I'm not... I swear on my hairline, I didn't click anything, but the lines keep just leaving. It's a QC issue. I've been saying this is a QC issue. They need to stop leaving these kind of stupid bugs in the game. It's been too frequent as of late. I replayed like verified rumors very recently, and none of this happened at all. Like the QC was apparently much better in that 4 stars card than as of late everywhere in 5 stars and everything. Okay, the applause continues for a long time. Caleb's gaze slowly moves from my crown to my face.
Before any title or role, you'll always be yourself in my heart.
You're trying to say it all sweet, but at this point, it's just sweet nothing, bro. Yeah. Another song starts to play, and people pair up and step onto the dance floor. We're at the center of it. Oh, you're using this music.
May I have another dance?
You know what? Every time this music plays, I'm in a better mood by like a fraction because I really like this music. I really like this song. Smiling, he looks at me. I tightly grasp his hand. Of course. We hold each other once more. The dance is as long as a time that belongs only to us. It will never end. The thing is, it would have been really a sweet moment. I would have loved this scene if it happened within the better AU. As in like, if the overall AU and the whole plot structure is not like this. Because this feels like a really sweet conclusion after like a journey, right? A journey of a story of this AU that we've been through some stuff. But the thing is that this AU didn't really give enough like base stuff that would kind of make this part satisfying. I'm just feeling like you're just saying shit for the sake of it, dude. Ah man, yeah, this is what a shame. The dance is as long as the time that belongs only to us. It will never end. Pretty words. Why? It will never end. Girl, Our own ending. I'm about to end it. It hurts my soul. It hurt my fucking soul. Wait, let me read chat a bit. What the fuck does your royal rose mean? What? What do you mean? royal rose? Unless my brother lovers kills innocent starship workers and playfully fight. Yeah, there are things that I was like really like hate scratching about this because they seem to want like MC and Caleb to be like evil, cold-blooded rulers who don't give a shit about their people and they're just toying each other for the sake of the fun of the game and stuff. But at the same time, she'd be like, I need power to protect my people. And I was like, bitch, what are you talking about? No! Oh god. Can we desire better writing for the story? Hero, I have been saying this because okay, so here's the thing. There are a lot of discourses going on regarding this banner, alright? And some people who like the whole AU were like, oh, you guys just have problems with this because there is real blood incest in it. And I was like, but no! The thing is, if there is blood incest in fiction and it's written well, I would let it slide. Like, I know this is gonna be controversial and people are gonna cancel me for it, that they would be like, oh, so you support blood incest in fiction. If it makes sense in the story, I am going to let it slide. But it's not really making sense here. What is the use of blood incest in any of this? And my bigger problem is that the whole writing is like, you know the famous words from like Devil May Cry 4? What the hell is this? Jesus! Oh god, hold up, let me read that. For context, some of the other love interests' choice of place has literally in common with their myths. The thing is, which myth? Because I have a feeling that maybe some of the play here might have something to do with Caleb's next myth, right? Because there is like speculations that it's gonna be like jungle themed, you know, kind of predator of the jungles and stuff. But the thing is, I really dislike how they implemented the whole like stage show into these chapters, and how they deliver it is really like high school Christmas show. And that's why I'm like, if this is a hint to the third myth, I am not gonna be happy about it, because like yikey smikey shitey. Sometimes the parallels make sense, Silas and Faustus. What is that name? But other times it doesn't apply to anything other than this AU, Shane, and Macbeth. Yeah, right. So I'm kind of on the fence about whether they want to use this stage play more for like this banner, CalebMC, or the myth. I'm kind of leaning more toward the myth, because like for Caleb and MC in this AU, they don't really feel so. Xavier's literally about his myth and past. I see. Oh god, my brain hurt so bad. Hold up, let me see a bit. I do not get anything. Fine. So like at the end, after finishing all the chapters, you don't even get like a call or a text. By the way, look at Caleb today. This is what he picked out himself. Isn't that cute? Alright. Maybe I'll have an afterthought talk here. Hold up. How do I... The thing is, I never have a script. So this is gonna be really messy, alright? But first off, the music is kind of pissing me off. Let me just tune it down a bit. Can I change the music too? It's kind of... I'm listening to this music too much. I think it's kind of getting on my nerves. Hold up. Can I get the song for this banner? Here. Okay, let me... Wait, main timeline Caleb, baby boy, baby, Grand Marshal Caleb, evil. The thing is, I know that main timeline Caleb also has his own, quote-unquote dark side, right? But... okay, let me start off with this then. The thing is, it's an AU, right? It's another universe type deal. It's the character, it's kind of like the idea of like toying with pre-existing characters, but like having different twists, or like having kind of different flavors to them. You know how in like Tomorrow's Catch 2 we got Persis, which is like Councilman Caleb, who is a bit different from Caleb, but still has like some of the main story Caleb's essence in him. There are some timeline switches, but like the experiences in their lives still kind of resemble like the OG timeline, right? The thing is for Marshall and Empress MC, we don't know enough about them to be like, oh, so yeah, the parallel is kinda there. Okay, they always do the Till Dawn show, right? And this is one of them where they were like, yeah, you never let me taste life suffering, even as a kid. What is the life suffering? Can you explore? Can you expand upon that? Because I need to know more about these characters. For AUs, like for another universe type deal, my personal take, okay, my personal opinion is that either you kind of use it to benefit the storytelling, because like just like in Tomorrow's Catch 22, there is like limited time for them to tell a whole like new story. But because they're using pre-existing characters and they're using some similarities between the main timeline Caleb MC and like the one from Tomorrow's Catch 22, there is like more groundwork that like people can play it off with, right? Like they don't have to build everything up from scratch, because people are used to these characters. People know these characters, right? But for from High Marshal and Empress is not really so, in my opinion, because we don't know much about them, and they are also different, quote unquote different from the main timeline CalebMC, right? They're kind of, I would say, in the event story, there are times that it kind of slipped a bit, that like, okay, the personality from the main timeline kind of slipped into the dialogues a bit, but I can't tell if that's like intentional or the writer kind of just got lazy. Because like people are saying that like Caleb and MC are OOC, out of character, but is an AU, so I can give them benefits of the doubt that because they're trying to explore different aspects of like these characters that we already know, they may not be exactly the same as the original timeline. But they're not explaining or expanding or exploring on the newer stuff or the stuff that they are like, oh yeah, this is like the new Caleb and MC, especially for this AU. They don't really explore on it, build on it. There is no character build-ups. We don't know much about their past. And it's not necessary if it's just like two characters meeting here. They don't need a past together, right? But these two, there is so much of them that is like, oh yeah, our shared past. Like talking about childhood, talking about how they were like kind of growing up together. So you did need to build on that, because otherwise these are just like two strangers. Because, well, I mean, they're not strangers per se, because they're characters that we kind of know and love, right? But they are also not them, because it's another universe type deal. So if you're not building on them at all, they're just like strangers with the same name and faces of like as the characters that we knew. So like it is not working, man. In my opinion, anyway, it's not working. And like because of that, because I did say before, right, that I feel like the relationship was kind of physical between these two, because we didn't have enough like build up for them. We didn't have enough like information to work with, that like, okay, this is why you guys are together, you guys are in love and stuff. All we know is that they are blood related. Like, I mean, that's not all. I'm exaggerating, right? But the main thing is that they're blood related. They're like siblings, and they knew each other since childhood. He protected her from suffering that is never expanded upon. And then she was like, you're my natural born enemy, my blood brother. You didn't really do anything with that. Blood brother, you didn't really do anything with that idea that they're blood related. The only thing that it did was that they call each other bro and sis. And he is also not born in Federation, so what do you mean natural born enemy? Can you please expand on that? It's also not because he's fighting for the throne against her or anything, so that's like natural born enemy, right? Or like he's born and raised in a Federation, so natural born enemy. But no, they were just siblings. They don't do anything with it. I am shook at that. And here's my okay. This is gonna be in the territory of like full on tinfoil hat. All right, like this is gonna be me just talking shit now, pulling shit out of my ass, and just be like, guys, listen to my conspiracy theory. My tinfoil hat is super tall right now. The thing is, I feel like the incest in this whole AU, this whole banner, is just there because of 3 reasons. If I forget halfway through what are the 3 reasons, forgive me, I don't have a script. These are just things that I've been kind of discussing with people I know. Because like, what the hell? So first off, I'm gonna be really negative here, alright? I'm really gonna be pessimistic here and just think that like, they put incest, like blood incest, here. For shock value. To mask, to gloss over the fact that the writing is dog shit. Because the writing is really lazy, they were like, you know what people do with like horror movies that are not super good? They add a bunch of jump scares. And yes, I understand. There are discussions about how like the OG trope of CalebMC are like pseudo incest, right? But tell me if pseudo incest and blood incest is the same thing. And also pseudo incest would make sense in the OG timeline and maybe in this one too. But blood incest? Could you please tell me why is that for if not for shock factor? Right? Glossing over the fact that the writing is ass, because every time I start to realize the writing is kinda not great, they start calling each other bro and sis in the card. I don't know if it's a coincidence. That's why I'm like tinfoil, okay? Secondly, I feel like the blood incest here is kinda just to stir controversies. Okay, this is me being negative Nancy again, okay? But like Involved and their controversies and like stirring shit between people in the fandom is fake. Okay, so I'm like, are you guys just putting this here and use it in a trailer just to stir trouble at this point? Because they seem to like the limelight, okay, whether it's like a good light or bad light, but like that seems to be the case in my opinion. So there is that, and the last one, the reason is just, well, okay, I'm gonna sound really accusatory here, but hear me out. I feel like the blood incest in this whole AU is just made to cater to specific audience, which is, okay, let me be clear. I do not think it's a bad thing per se to cater to specific audience because it's a piece of fiction, it's a piece of media. You are gonna have to find your own audience and, you know, expand and grow and kind of just, you know, giving people things that they like, the things that they want. And there, even if this is considered dark tropes and taboos, I know there are people who like it, okay? So I just feel like, is this like just them trying to like target like specific audience? I'm okay with that, but like, could you please also write good story when doing that? Because like, this is not making sense, bro. Like, the story is like, whew. Wait, let me. Oh, also, okay. This one last thing. I'm gonna talk about incest. I'm not gonna talk about incest anymore. All right, because like the rest of it, my main problems, my main gripe with this whole AU is a story. But the last thing I'm talking about is that there is this like really far-fetched theory that I kind of came up with. The sole reason why we would need incest, like blood incest in this whole AU at all, is because they do not love each other, bro. Like, let's be real, do you think they love each other? Especially in the card. Maybe in the event story, I can kind of squeeze my brain and be like, you know what, in the event story, it's kind of more believable. But in the card, do you believe they love each other? Or do they just lust for each other body? I don't know. So the thing is that blood is thicker than water. It's harder to cut off your relatives or someone related to you by blood rather than cutting off your boyfriend or stuff, right? So is that the case here? Because you cannot make it believable that they love each other, you have to make them blood related so that they would be like, maybe this is love. Maybe I cracked the code. I'm just kidding, by the way. Like, this is like full-on copium thoughts. Like, I'm like trying, because I was trying to like find the reason why would they even want this here. It's kind of borderline crazy because like, if you're gonna use it, at least utilize it properly. Jeez, okay, enough incest. Let me read chat and then I'll talk about the rest of the stuff that I think of, okay? Hold on. Just love that Silas's recent myth is I am married to MC, no questions asked. What the fuck? You know where main timeline Caleb's messiness comes from? This Caleb and MC grew up in the lab of luxury. Current Caleb and MC were lab rats and then lived on the streets for weeks. There is no explanation for why this Caleb is the way he is. The manipulation is treated as an innate part of his personality. My conspiracy theory is that the incest here is an act of spite by the localization team. Because the brother by blood is not there in other languages. The localization team got sick of Caleb fans complaining about omitting the taboo tropes that don't exist in the West. I mean, the thing is, they could have done the localization properly from the get-go then. is it like the fans' problems that they follow the localization that they provided? Like, hello? I mean, I wouldn't blame people for being like sticking to the localization just because. Okay, so here's the thing. Imagine you're just a casual player of Love and Deepspace. You happen to like Caleb, and you're like, oh, okay, he grew up with MC under the same roof. Cool, right? And then, like, you don't really dabble in, like, the fandom drama at all, so you have no idea this guy is supposed to be adoptive brother to MC. And one day, you just got hit with this. I mean, I feel like it's kind of valid for some people to be like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Personally, I'm kind of whatever with it, but I just want to put that out there that, like, I think it's valid for people to be uncomfortable. Especially when it's, like, literally blood incest. And if it's a mistranslation on their part, it's their problem to fix. It's in-fault problem to fix. Like, do I have to check every single, like, interactions of the fans in the fandom to know what the actual thing means? They also never really specify what, like, are the relationship between these two, except calling each other bro and sis and being like, yeah, we were born and raised together, sort of, and he's my brother by blood. So I mean, hello. Okay, hold on. No, literally, in the vampire myth, Silas was like, I'm her husband. Okay. Okay, alright. I think my friend just say about something about like how there is like some similarities, but yeah, because she said it's like similarities between the new myth, not really like the dragon myth. I was thinking of the dragon myth. Yeah, I prefer the childhood friends interpretation because they were friends before they can tell the no, Josephine. The thing is that, like, I understand why people do not like the English localization because it's always gonna be frustrating if you know the original source of something and then the translation is doing it dirty, right? But like, also like, oh god, how to say it? I don't think it's necessary to be hostile toward each other, and this is on both parties. Because I did see people who prefer the childhood friend tropes, literally sending like death threats and like doxing people who like the quote unquote dog tropes, right? Which is not okay. And to be fair, I see both sides do it. So like maybe don't do harassment over pixelmen. I mean, I understand wanting to defend the piece of media that you like. But like, harassment is not good, guys. Please, it's the bar is in hell. Please. But yeah, I do understand. I mean, there are arguments that like, if you like childhood friend trope, just go for Shane. It's not the same. And also, that's how they kind of sold Caleb's character in English localization. In my opinion, okay, there are people who are like, even in English localization, he exudes like brotherly aura, and I was like. I mean, maybe? I don't know. I didn't really feel it, but it's okay. If you see it, good for you. I don't know. I think I do like, the thing that I like about MC and Caleb in the original timeline is that they chose to be with each other. Like that line, that he was like, yeah, that day that you took my hand and you let me stay by your side. I know that apparently in Chinese, this is what I heard, hearsays, alright? Like, don't quote me on it. Apparently in Chinese, they were like, that day that you took my hand and made me your family, your brother or something. So the thing is by choice. That's why I came up with the copium thought that is like, oh, so did you guys make these two blood related in this banner? Especially because you guys gonna convince us that they love each other. So at least tied by blood is still better than tied by nothing. That's a really copium thought. Just let me be. Let me read. And the only reason Josephine adopted them both was to make herself feel better about after torturing, killing them so many times. Yeah, there's that thought for me too. I mean, okay, so this is gonna be side tangent. This is not really about like Throne of Eros per se. This is about Josephine, right? The thing is, I have really soft spot for like grandparents kind of characters because I love my grandparents. So I wouldn't say that things that Josephine did was acceptable or redeemable, but I did feel like after all these years, Caleb and MC really grew to love her. So I have like a little soft spot for her that is like, yeah, you were fucking terrible and terrific for doing all those horrible things to kids. But you did try to, well, to make herself feel better. At least she adopted them both and let them grow up a fairly normal life. So I would give her that, but like, yeah, the things that she did is still fucking horrible and terrible and in every way unacceptable, but you know. Alright, wait, where was I? Not gonna lie, I always lose my train of thoughts. Story! This is the main problem that I have. Let me just lower the audio a bit. I'm shouting over myself. This is kind of just like tearing my throat. Okay, so here's the thing about the story that I find kinda. So the story is really bland and generic. So like, okay, so because I cannot really rely on the romance to carry the story, which is like, usually if the story is not amazing, but the relationship aspect of it is good, I would kind of let it slide, right? Because at the end of the day, it's an OtomeGame, it's a dating sim. The main focus is on the romance. The story is like a cherry on top. But usually, I would say though, that like most of the content from this game is written pretty okay. Like, there are times that it's like not great, right? But most of the time I feel like it's pretty good. Like, if you remember the peak, Homecoming Wings, Lucid Dreams, stuff like that, like those are really solid writing in my opinion. It's not by any means perfect because perfection doesn't exist, right? But like it was pretty good. And then we have this. That is like, how do I say this? So because I cannot focus on romance, now I'm like, okay, so you're going for something plot driven, right? It's not like character driven because literally throughout the whole thing, there is not really a proper changes to the characters. They don't really learn anything. They don't really improve themselves. They don't really descend into like further madness or anything. Things just happen, and they happen to get the quote-unquote happy ending because the story said so. The script be like, yeah, this happened, and the bad guy happened to be just a doofus dumbass. That's why you guys got a happy ending. Because like, look at the card. Like, the bad guy is like super like glaringly obvious, and dude was like stupid doofus. That's why the plan failed, not because these two did anything correctly. Like, so like plot driven, that's just. And also the politics in this whole banner is like children playing treehouse or something, because like if you read a lot of webtoons, you would know there are a lot of court drama kind of webtoons, right? I would say this is gonna sound really insulting, I'm sorry in advance, alright? But I already warned you, if you like this AU, do not watch me yap about it because I'm gonna be mocking them at every turn. So, if you pick out like super stereotypical, blandest, generic romance court webtoons, you pick like hundreds of them, alright? And then you mash them together, squeeze out just the water, put that in the CalebMC bowl, because that's what it is. Like, these characters, like, it's like characters are like sounding and looking and having the names that we kind of are used to, but the story is like those court webtoons just smashed together, squeeze out the water and put in that bowl. And then maybe we have like, I don't know, a bit of like a little monosodium glutamate of nothingness, of like incest put in there just like for specific flavor, but it also doesn't really help with like the whole thing. So I feel like the story can work if you give like a bunch of like excuses for it to work. Like you need like, I don't know, 5k words explanatory essay of like how this actually works, how this actually makes sense, how this and that like very vague aspect of the writing actually means this and that. because the writer is a genius and like is just like being vague on purpose. Like sometimes I understand vague writing, guys. Like I understand that like sometimes not everything needed to be spelled out. But if everything, like every single thing is vague and just like everything just flowery languages of nothing burgers, I don't think it's good writing. I think it's just them being lazy as fuck and don't know what to do with this. So they were just like, ah, you know what? People will take it. Like, are you serious? Brother, good God. Hold on, let me read this bit. Except Caleb didn't really have a choice. His options were become the adoptive brother of the girl you love most, or leave her alone with the lady who repeatedly murdered her, and stay homeless. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I don't even like the plot drama. That's the thing that I say. I think that like if they're gonna kinda not really delve into like the relationship aspect of the characters, which I think is a bad idea for like a dating sim anyway. Because this character literally felt really like one-dimensional for me. But if you're not gonna do that, at least maybe, I don't know, do the court drama better? Because this is like the most generic choices you can ever make combined into one. And don't get me started on the pacing of the whole card. The card, like the pacing is horrendous. It felt like an essay rather than a fictional media. Like rather than like a writing piece, right? Because like the pacing is that event, make out, event, sex scene, event, Kindle, ending, and it's like really monotonous. There is no up and down of the stories. Everything is told on show, which is like crazy ass. Because like if you do tell on show too much, then what is there? You're just telling people how they're supposed to feel about the story instead of showing them and kind of leading them into the story and be like, yeah, here's the scenes, right? The characters are doing this and their reactions here would affect this later down the line. Like there is none of that. Anything of their structuring, like the difficulties that they face, the obstacles are always just glossed over. And even when there was a time that like there was a conflict within the Federation and Caleb kind of had like kind of was in a pickle quite a bit, right? We don't really see that explored. They kind of just mentioned it in passing, and MC was kind of, oh, too bad, and that's it. We don't really see her agonizing over it. There is a one like dream sequence that is kind of that, but it's also like the rest of it. They don't really explore the feelings. They don't really explore the court drama. We don't really see anything new. I did say this before, but like this is a kind of generic kind of story where if you replace these characters, if you change the models, change the names, change the voices, you can't tell that this is like a unique story because it can be in anything else at all. Like it can be in any random court drama webtoons and you wouldn't be able to tell this is from like Throne of Eros. That's my opinion, okay? Again, personal opinion. I mean, look at book talk stories. What? What do you mean book talk stories? Like generic stuff? Oh god, my throat hurts. I have been yelling too much. This is not okay. But yeah, I just, oh god. I would say the things that I like about this AU, the OST, the one playing, I do like this one a lot. Okay, it did make the trailer like much more hype for me because I was like, oh, the music is good. This is kind of good shit here, right? I know that there were like a lot of controversies, especially on the English localization side because of the baby sister line. You know, the fandom always on fire, whatever, right? But to be honest, I was really excited to get into the banner because I was like, you know what? I can take it. I can take it. It's fine for me. I mean, I'm really sorry for people who get triggered by it because valid, okay? But like personally, I was like, I think I can take it. It's gonna be fine for me. And then like it's just bullshit upon bullshit, and I'm like, oh god. Can you not do this? I also kind of like his outfit, but like, I do not like the pants and shoes. The office pants and shoes are pissing me off. Good god. This guy has been wearing this exact shape of pants and shoes in so many banners now. I'm like, stop, please. Let me read. Well, at least it made it really easy for me to save up my gems. Did you actually... Wait, did you pull for the card or did you skip this thing entirely? Also, Dark, have you seen the anniversary in real life event with cosplayers? I did see some stuff from it. I would say good for them to get this. Although, I don't know, man. Okay, this is a personal thing, okay? But like, after the pandemic, I don't think I can join this kind of event at all because like it makes me nervous because those hands have been touching like 200 different people without sanitizing them before touching you. Like it's gonna be really nice to take pictures and stuff, but at the same time, this kind of setup makes me really nervous. And also, I really hope like the cosplayers are paid super good money for it. Because if you catch a COVID or a cold or like some weird like diseases here, it's gonna be bad. Okay, because there's a lot of touching. They're wearing masks, but if you have like someone's hand all over your face all the time, you're bound to catch something nasty, man. Like, I'm sorry, I'm too squeamish for this. But I'm really happy for people who get to join it. It does look good. It does look really good. Okay. Yeah, they're so in character too. I think that's like really great, to be honest. I'm just not into this kind of like really touchy in real life offline events personally, but it's fine. You know, I'm not judging them or anything. It's good for them, and hopefully they're paid good money for it. I skipped. Yep. I mean it makes sense. To be honest, if I said it, I'm like, I try to collect all Caleb's cards. So, I don't know. I would probably not skip, but I would actually... I was like, maybe I would go in with less expectation, but... If I must be honest with you guys, I have been kind of tempering with like my expectations since the Idol banner. Passionate Overload! I had some issues with like the writing of that card, especially the plot devices implemented in the card. I did talk about this before, during that time, when the card was released and stuff, right? So, I would say my expectations weren't that high. I was happy to see like a trailer and the music is super to my taste and stuff, but I was not like, oh, this is gonna be the bestest thing in history of love and Deepspace. Like, I wasn't really having that kind of high expectation. So, the way that they managed to... well, fail me personally is baffling to me because I'm really easy to please, bro. Like, unless it's really something that is like grilling me, I'm like kind of okay with whatever. I say that, and maybe I'm really nitpicky, I don't know. Personally, I just think that I'm really easy to please. I kind of just like whatever. And it's really easy for me to care for like characters, even NPCs. So the way that I do not care about these two at all is baffling to me because like I just do not care what happened to these two in this AU. And they are Caleb and MC. I'm supposed to like them. I kinda knew their original version of them, so it's supposed to be really easy for me to like them. So like, I don't know, man. It's a mess. That's why I'm really jealous of people who like this banner, alright? I'm like, man, I wish I liked it. Because there are so many potentials. There isn't so much or so many potentials. Whatever. I feel like it had potentials, but like the overall writing surrounding it is like fumbling so bad. I don't know. I just really hope that like they stop with this kind of lazy writing. So like I think coming up next should be a multi-banner for Valentine's. It's not for Valentine's per se, by the way. It's just something around February, right? So, I hope
Hmm?
they get a grip and produce like really good story. But I'll temper my expectation. Temper, not temper. Did I have I been saying temper all this time? Good God! But yeah, I would be tempering my expectations just in case. I just hope it's not like dog water. Alright, like I just hope it's at least like fairly okay. I'm not even asking for like the best banger in history of like fictional writing. Just give me something that won't piss me off. Please. It's not that deep. It's not that hard. Also, do some QC on your content. Like, the lines keep leaving me. I am so pissed. Okay, let me. It's not too late to change or add another one to your list. No, the thing is, Hero. I did try to like other love interests at some point because I was like, you know what? I see many of my friends meaning more than one characters, and I was like, you know, let me try, and I just couldn't do it, man. I don't care enough about them. So, I guess the day that I really lose it with Caleb in this game, it might just be the day that either I main other guys, which is not likely to happen, or I just stop playing this game completely. Because if the writing keeps on being like this, I don't know, man. I would still say though, okay, so here's the thing. Indulgence Scheme, which is like Caleb's 5-star solo, that one was good. The 5-star solo was good. The 4 stars promise, good. I really like the writing. This one, it's just this whole AU. I don't know what they're smoking in the writing room. I hope it's a good stuff they're smoking in the writing room, and I want some because I would need that to cope after this. Damn. I think it would be Lunar New Year. Oh yeah, yeah, probably. Oh yeah, it's around that time. Something around the 10th, right? Okay, fair enough. Apparently, there is potential 6 love interest in the new main story. I don't know, man. Usually I just main one character, so I mean, I'll see. I'm trying to be open about it, like liking characters, but usually I'm just like, I don't care about you guys. Can you guys leave? But yeah, I'm not quite sure if I cover all my gripes with the whole thing, but maybe my throat hurts, my brain hurts. Oh, by the way, I will say though, did I say this already? I don't know if I already said this, but I would say Crown and Chapters, the event story for Caleb, I like it better than the card. A lot more. There are like a little more to their like there's a bit more to their characters in the event chapters, right? The thing is, you can say that like, oh, then you just have to read both, you know, the event story and the card. I would say it's still not enough. Because they really barely touch up on like their characters in the event chapter. It's just slightly better because there's anything at all in here, right? And also, you know that like how like in Tomorrow's Cash 22, if you try to place the event story with like the actual card, the storyline, the timeline kind of just won't really perfectly match because they're supposed to be like separate things or something. So I'm not quite sure if this is the case for Crown and Chapters. I feel like this one may fit in with the card more, but also there are moments where the character seems really out of character within the same banner. Like in Crown and Chapters, there are moments where I feel like Caleb and MC kind of give off the vibe that they are like the OG versions of them more than in the card. The card is like a totally whole-ass different person, man. Well, I say that in exaggeration. There are still hints of him. I would say though, High Marshal Caleb feels much more like Colonel Caleb. But the thing is, okay, I think this is like... This kind of depends on how you view Caleb, in my opinion. Yes, Colonel Caleb is also Caleb, right? Like, it's part of him. It's a part of him that he didn't want to show MC because he deemed it like unworthy or deemed like he thought that like she wouldn't be able to accept him like that. But he is not all he is. But for High Marshal Caleb, I feel like it's just that. That's why I said I feel like
these two characters in this AU felt really flat. There's like not much to their characters, and anytime they're trying to have like a moment for them at all, they're just starting either just making out or having sex. And I'm like, the sex can't be that good, guys. Please give me more stories. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that should cover all my bases. I'm tired. I'm glad it's over, which is not something that I want to say about a piece of fiction, a piece of media that I consume. You know how if you like something, you'd be like, I wish this doesn't end, man. I wish it has like 20 different sequels coming from this because I love it so much. But for this one, I'm happy this is over, man. I'm happy because like, how long can I bear looking at these two talking vaguely and doing nothing burgers things? Like, good God. My brain hurts. My brain hurts. I really don't like being like this, man. I really don't like talking about things I dislike, per se. I don't know, some of my friends said that like it's funny when I rage about things that I dislike, but like, I don't know, I kind of want to talk about things that I like rather than things that I don't like. So when I dislike something this much, I'm like, it's upsetting because like, man, shouldn't be that hard. Shouldn't be that hard, man. It could have been good too. Good God, this like frustrating. And also, well, so like, I did say this before, but like this whole AU felt like DM lowercase c Devil May Cry reboot. Yeah, if you know that game and you know the context behind the game and the relation to it, like the relation between it and like the MC franchise, maybe you would get my feelings because this is like DMC reboot. It's like a different take. It's like a darker and grittier take of the pre-existing characters because for some reasons they think that doing that and make characters less likable and the evil version of themselves would make the story deeper without actually writing a good story. And there are scenes there is a scene in DMC reboot where Dante, I'm not calling him Dante, he's Dante, okay? Dante has this like white wig on and he looks almost like the original Dante, right? And he was like, not in a million years. And I was like, man, you're taunting me with like the better version of yourself, just like how Marshall here taunted me with Persis, like the Tomorrow's Catch number 2 outfit. Yes, I did say that like that outfit doesn't fit into like the whole event at all. And what pisses me off more is that it's kind of just taunting me with like the different AU that is actually written better. So, good grief. But yeah, this is the DM lowercase c Devil May Cry reboot for me. Which is so cursed, man. It's kind of, I don't know if it's funny or if it's like not funny, but like if you were on the internet during the Devil May Cry reboot, there is a whole thing of like hashtag not my Virgil, hashtag not my Dante. And you know who has a hashtag not my and insert name? Caleb. It's kinda funny and horrendous, to be honest, because like yikes. I mean, I think it's still Caleb, just really bad, like just really badly, poorly written Caleb. But I think he's still Caleb. That's like the worst part of it. If this is like a whole different story, if this is not Love and Deepspace and it's just like some random generic court drama, space opera, I wouldn't be this pissed, okay? Because like I would be like, yeah, it's kind of whatever. But because we know that Infold actually could. They did produce like good writing before. I'm just here like, what have you been doing? What have you been smoking? Give me some of that. Gee. Let me reach out a bit. Go rest your throat. Thanks for the stream, Doug Roswell. Nah, it's called being passionate. Yeah, I would say passionate overload. Yeah, I hate myself. Fuck. They do when they feel like it. Lamau, man, fucking hell, Infold. I hate you, God.
But yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. What do you think, Caleb? Fucking hell. I'm so tired. Like, I'm genuinely so tired. I'm so dead and done. Hold up. Show. Love timeline. Ruler who grants aspirations. Journey to the end together. Our own ending. End me. By the way, again, I did say this before, but I'll have this as a closing words, famous last words. Please, if you do not like this AU, or you do like this AU, or anything in between, totally valid, totally fine. Sometimes it's just preference things, right? Because I feel like some of the things that I complain about might just be my preference in storytelling, in pacing. Oh, hold on, there is one. Okay, let me squeeze this one thing in first. How many time skips did they use in the card? Unnecessarily amount of time skips, horrendous amount. I have never seen anything with that amount of time skips before, and it did nothing. I felt like they're just trying to pad things up and be like, yeah, see, because time skips, there are so many time skips, so much time passed, and that means the problem is very big and it's very difficult to deal with. But we're not gonna delve too deep into why it's difficult to deal with, or like how they're dealing with it. We're just using time skips. Okay, that's it. Okay. So the thing is, I think it's valid if you like or dislike certain things, or like you like the whole banner or whatever. Totally valid. I am so happy for you if you like it, and if you dislike it, I understand. But like, of course I do understand, because I do not like it. Okay, but like or like if you are uncomfortable with the blood incest in it, totally valid. Okay, or if you like it, okay. Whatever rocks your boat, I'm happy for you, okay, that you find your thing. The thing is, if somebody discuss or complain about the card or the AU, is this not a direct insult to you as a person? We don't know each other, bro. Like, let's be real. Alright, I don't know why there are people who kind of took it as me criticizing them as a person, or like, what's the word, like insulting them, or being really like personally offended by the things that I said about like these banners and stuff. It's me complaining about the writing. I'm not talking about you specifically, and I don't know who you are. And liking it, like liking certain tropes, liking it vanilla, liking it dark or whatever, like, you know, incest or like childhood friend and whatever, it's okay. Okay, if you do not like something, just do not touch it, right? Just leave the people who like it alone. I think it's very fair if I say that, like, it's okay, just do not go out and harass people. I say this on both sides, and it's kind of insane to do this to defend a piece of fiction. Like, defending a piece of fiction that you like is fair, okay? I understand, like, amicable discussions, but there is no need for the death threats, or like the doxing, or like the deep faking, or like all the verbal abuse. Let's not do that. I do not think it's necessary. You can say it's retaliation because both sides have been kind of just fighting, right? Please retaliate to the right person. Don't generalize like people and lump them together and just like attack everyone at random. And I'm talking about like both sides here. I know that one side kind of got like worst end of the stick here because it has been like really constant these past few months. But please, if you're gonna retaliate, please just do it to the right person, alright? Like, I'm seriously, like, it's sometimes I just be like, just standing there and then got shot at random. Like, what did I even do? I never harass anyone, and you guys are like, because you guys harassed me first. And I'm like, I never do it! Good God! Please! Oh God, man, the thing is, no one should be harassed just because they like or dislike certain things in fiction. Okay, it's not a reality. If they're a real life predator, ooh, by any means, right? But like, this is piece of fiction, girl, boys, non-binary people. It's fiction. It's fictional. It's for
I think we
funsy.
can wrap up this
It's
impromptu
okay.
silent game now.
No, you sushi, Caleb. It's okay to be passionate or like get angry or be happy or like I don't know, feel certain ways about piece of fiction. Just don't do it to real people. It's not worth it. Please. That's it. Send them to me, Doc. I'll fight it for you. I would rather just not interact. Like let's not fight fire with fire sometimes. I mean, this is for me, all right. If you guys got attacked and you want to retaliate by any means, I would be as opposed to it because like why would anyone try to bully people just because of the things they like? Just please stop. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm done talking. I have been yapping for almost 2 hours. I'm tired. No, I'm not gonna condone bullying. Please stop. It's not worth it. Like people will believe what they want to believe. Discussions may, like I would say, I always believe that discussions can show us different perspectives, right? But if somebody is just outright just harassing people or verbal abusing other people, then it won't do anything. Like it won't really make things better per se. So let's not do that, man. Yeah, it's not good. Like if you think people are evil for like disliking or liking the things that you disagree with, literally doxing and deepfaking and like verbal abusing, harassing people are worse, man. That's like doing in real life, okay? Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm leaving. I need to sleep. I mean, I'm not sleeping. I need to go work on my commissions and I need to drink and I need to eat and I'm tired. If you have any thoughts, feel free to discuss. But please keep in mind, be amicable about it. Be kind to actual real people behind the screen. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is fiction. But people you're talking to online and stuff, it may feel really distant because you don't see them in person, right? But they're real, okay? There are people behind the screen. I say that and they are like bots. So if it's bots, just dock them. I don't care, man. If it's bots, they're so annoying. Twitter is full of them. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm done. I'm gone. Goodbye. Have a good rest of your day or night. And
I think we can wrap up this impromptu.
no fighting. No fighting. Live in peace. This sounds so cheesy. I'm gone. Bye. Thank you so much for watching.